Good morning, everyone. My name is Mandy, and you are at home with me. So this is my series that I'm doing of my weekly makeup switch up. As I've told you in my other videos, we are preparing to move sometime. Hopefully by this time next year, we'll be in our other house. So with that being said, I'm trying to get as much use out of everything I own so I can decide whether or not to keep or toss it before our move, and hopefully use up more of what we have. So this way we have less to work through, before we move. We just reduce our inventory so we have less things to move. Now, with that being said, this last week was a horrible makeup week for me. I was only able to do my makeup 3 times this last week. And so let's start with the eyeshadows. So I'm still working on the BH Cosmetics Day and Night palette. Even after doing my makeup with this palette today, I still have 4 more days of use on this palette until every single eyeshadow in here is used at least 1 time. So I'll show you the palette again. It's 60 eyeshadows, so it's not the easiest thing in the world to obviously use each eyeshadow 1 time. I use about 3 to 4 eyeshadows per eye look. There was 1 day last week where I didn't get to do a full face of makeup, but I did throw on mascara and then 1 eyeshadow. So sometimes I will just do that, and then with a lip gloss, just like a light no makeup day type of deal. There's that 1 eyeshadow flying all over the place, falling out. Okay, sorry, I got a little interrupted there. So I still have 4 more days of use on this palette, and I am going to bring in another palette just in case I have a better makeup week this week, which so far so good. So I just don't have a lot of appointments this week, so I think that I can get through this and start in on another one. So the other palette that I have that I don't think has ever really been touched is my Jeffree Star Blood Sugar palette. This is the packaging. And let's open her up. And and this is what she looks like. Get a little glimpse in the mirror of everything going on my table. So I wanted to stick with somewhat of the brighter colors because it is still spring. We're going into summer. But because I really have never used this one, I mean, you can see like the shadows have never been touched in here. Because I don't think I've ever used it, to be honest with you. So because of that, I really want to work on this one and use each eyeshadow in here at least 1 time. So that is the one I'll be working on after I get finished with using all of these shadows once. Then 2 weeks ago, because I also forgot to mention, I missed making a video last week for the week before. So I'm a little bit behind on everything. So this past week, I was working on this e.l.f. blush called Tickled Pink. And you can see I got a really nice dip going in there. Like I can actually see some ridges in the middle, and I don't know if that's pan underneath because this blush, I used to use this a lot when I first got it, and then it just kind of sat. So this one did have a lot of uses on it prior to me like actually starting to track my amount of uses. And I actually forgot to switch my blush out last night. So this one also got used again today. So now we are going to pick together out of my little tiny little blush bag here, which this is an old Ipsy bag. We're going to pick out the blush I'm going to use for the rest of this week because I forgot to switch them out. And it is going to be my CoverGirl blush in Iced Plum. Ooh, I got to remember how to open it. And this is what this blush looks like. I will not use this brush. I'm going to toss this brush because this brush is really, like you can see all the little I don't know, you can't really see, but you can see all the little hairs sticking up out of it. These brushes aren't very good, so I'm just going to go ahead and toss that brush out because I have better brushes. But this is the color. I really, really, really like this color. It's very pretty. But I think on my skin, ooh, that pan is even loose in there. It doesn't fall out, but it's pretty wibble wobble in there. Oh, maybe it's not as pigmented as I thought. So that's what that blush will look like. And yeah, I can show you guys. I'm just wiping it off on a paper towel. So I'm going to go ahead and use this blush for the rest of the week, which I really like this blush, so I think it'll go well. This e.l.f. Tickled Pink, I'm not going to toss it. I love it. Let me be honest. It's the blush I have on today. It's so light. And so when I want to do like a darker eye or a darker lip, having like a little bit of a lighter cheek, it just works. I like it. It works for me. So I like that one. Now throughout this last week up all the way through to today, the different lipsticks I've used, I did, because this was the one I had pulled in 2 weeks ago, was Heart Rate. I only used Heart Rate one time. It is a great color. It's a beautiful red color. You can tell it's very well loved. Again, these Jeffree Star Cosmetics little velour liquid lipsticks that I have, these are minis. So, and when I first got them, I was using them to death. So now you can see like there's still windowing in all the Jeffree Star ones I'm going to show you. There's windowing in all of them. They have gotten used quite a bit already. So this one, now this is where I need to say where I'm switching my rules up. I don't think I'm just going to roll in one lipstick for the entire week. I think what I'm going to do is just change out my lipstick based on how I feel for that day or how my eye makeup ends up looking, or my outfit or whatever it is. I'm just going to change up my lipsticks as I feel, but I am still going to mark my uses on each lipstick. So this lipstick got used one time. Hang on, I have to open up my laptop real quick, my spreadsheet. And then, let's see. This is my Estee Lauder lipstick in the color Irresistible. I'm not a big fan of Estee Lauder, but let me tell you, their lipsticks are good. But this is what this color looks like. And this is a full lipstick. But this is what this color looks like. It's beautiful and I love it. And this one I also used one time. And then I also, today, what I have on my lips is this Maybelline Super Stay Matte Ink in the color Mediator. So that's what's on my lips today. It's very orangey brown. I'm not really too in love with this, but it does work really nice, and I don't think it looks horrible, so I am going to keep it. And then I topped it with this Maybelline Lifter Gloss with hyaluronic acid in the shade Crystal. And that's what this looks like. And I'll show you because I did not reapply. A little much there. I did a little much. It smells really good. They smell good. They taste good. There, that's how I do that. Blot that down just a little bit. But I do really like that one. So like I said, these are the two that I have on today together. Then also used one time this last week was my Too Faced Hopeless Romantic lipstick. It's a very nude color, obviously, like a nudie brown color. You can see that. It's very similar to what I have on today, just not as, this isn't doesn't have any orange in it. And it's a lot lighter. So I really like that one. But I'm just going to throw these back into my makeup bin, and I'm just going to be wearing lipstick as I like feel that color lipstick would work for, like I said, my other makeup and what I'm wearing, or just kind of whichever way the wind blows me with my lipsticks. Because I was like, man, I don't want to have to use the same lipstick all week long, because if I want to switch up, because especially with me rotating through my eyeshadows, not every lipstick is going to correlate well with the shadows that I have on my eyes. So that's why I'm just going to kind of just free range with my lipsticks and switch them up day to day. And then I'll mark my uses, and then I'll kind of figure things out from there, because I'm like, and I think what I'm going to do is once I hit like 10 uses on one lipstick, I'll move it into a second bin. So I kind of like stop using that until I can use the rest of them at least 10 times. I think that's what I'm kind of leaning towards doing. And so that is for my makeup switch up. And that's what I'm doing with that. Now for my empties this week, I did empty an entire body wash. This is the soft soap with exfoliating scrub. So I'm not rolling in another body wash. I do have a lot of body washes, but I'm not rolling in another one because I already have 4 bars of soap that have been open in my shower and that need to get used up. So I have been working on, ever since I emptied this one, I have been working on just using those bar soaps. And I also have a Dove body scrub that I've also been working on using as well in conjunction with the bar soaps. So that's the way I'm going, and that's why I'm not showing you all that. You don't want to see a bunch of partially used bar soap. Then for my other empty was this last hand cream. It is completely gone. Gone, baby, gone. And in place of that, for my lotion, because I really didn't have much lotion, so I ended up going to Five Below, and I found the Sol de Janeiro dupe at Five Below, the Solar Flare. I found this. I have it on today. Today's the first day that I use this, and let me tell you, I love this. It smells amazing. I put it on this morning. It's now the afternoon, and I still smell good. Like, I can still smell it on my skin. And it's very hydrating. No, I have no complaints about this after using it just the one time. So this is brand new. Brand new, other than just the use today. Okay, sorry. Raymond is home from work, and I don't have to be to work until 6 p.m. tonight. So he's trying to be in the kitchen, and I'm in the dining room. So that's why I had to quick pause so he could get himself situated. And then another product that I used up was this little mini Eva NYC Main Magic 10-in-1 Primer for Fine Hair. I used this. It was good. It detangled my hair. I don't feel like it did anything special for my hair. It did smell nice. But I felt like when I used this, I also had to use other products in my hair. So I would not repurchase this. And then in place of that, because I kind of just use that more so as like a detangler. So in place of that, I have this Within Curls Gentle Formula for all hair types. A blend of rosemary oil infused with jojoba oil, restoring detangling spray. So I have this. It's got some use on it. It's like already down to about there. So this is what I'm going to be using on my hair next. And then we used up an entire tube of toothpaste, which is really good. But yeah, we can't squeeze any more out of there. And I'm not cutting packaging open. I'm just not doing that. And then in place of it, we have been using, because that one actually we emptied last, like 2 weeks ago. So in place of it, we've been using this sample of the Tom's, the Original of Maine toothpaste. This is okay. I would not repurchase this. This is not my favorite toothpaste by any means, but we've already got this little tube done. And the only people that use my toothpaste are Raymond and I. You share toothpaste with each other. Anybody else in our house, they have their own toothpaste upstairs. So that is that. And then, yeah, so this one will probably be empty for next week. But yeah, so that's what we are doing. And then I also just want to let you guys know that I decided that I am going to start a Project Pam. I'm not sure when I'm going to shoot that video. I believe I'm going to try to do it this Thursday. So this way I have a video going up on Tuesday and then a video going up on Thursday. And that one, I'm not a project panner, but I think I can do it. And there's one project pan that I've seen on YouTube that I really, really, really want to like jump in on. And it just looks like so much fun to me. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So be on the lookout for that video on Thursday. Thank you for hanging in there with me, you guys. Have a great rest of your day and week. Bye-bye.